and gents, I hope you're all doing well. I'm here to do a quick and easy to follow Stampin' Up demonstration. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I will leave my link below if you'd like to purchase any of the items that you see used in this tutorial, or indeed any other Stampin' Up items you can buy directly from myself. And what I'm showcasing today is the Bow Builder Punch by Stampin' Up, which is this one. And it punches out in 3 sections. For each bow, you need to do 2 stamps. I'll explain that shortly. And there are loads of tutorials out there on what you can do with this punch. You can make flowers with them, not just bows, flowers, big fancy rosettes for the top of your boxes, all sorts of things. So I've come up with these 2 little bows, they're very basic bows, very pretty and very quick and very easy, and having the punch makes it super convenient for you. I've also made this one, which is, if you just look on the side profile, it's actually a double bow. So I'm going to show you how to make that one. And at the same time it will show you how to make the single one. Really easy. So let's get started. I'm not going to do it in pink. I will spare you pink for a change, and I'm going to choose these papers here. Not quite sure which I'm going to use yet, but this is from the Blooms and Bliss range. This is the cardstock, and these are the pattern papers. Now I think this one might be a bit of a too large print, so I'm going to use this, which is the back side of this printed one. It's got like little tiny dashes on it. It's really pretty, so it'll look nice on a small project. So I'm just going to zoom out slightly, just a little bit too close. So you get your punch, and you just quite simply place it into your cardstock, and you need to punch out 2 lots of the punch. I'm actually just going to do 4. Shall I? No, I don't need 4. So you've got your little pieces here, and it's like a little jigsaw, and it's really easy. And I'm just going to use mini glue dots to put it together with. You can use wet glue if you want to sit there and hold it to dry, but I just find it for quickness, it's easier to use the mini glue dots, which Stampin' Up do quite inexpensively, and they are quite strong as well. So here they are. So you've got these 2 parts here, which are the loop parts of your bow, and then these are the tails, and then you've got these 2 little components that you can use to wrap around. So I'm just going to punch 1 out of the patterned paper as well. Actually, sorry, 2, because you need 2 to create the bow. So I'll just go ahead and do that. The punches are quite easy to use. Even ladies that perhaps have trouble with the hands shouldn't struggle. I mean, they are quite a weight to them because they're good quality, but the spring lever action isn't hard to press. So I've got all of my little components here. So I'm going to start first of all with the cardstock tails, which I'm just going to line side by side. There we go. And then I'm going to create my loops. Now I'm going to do a double bow, so I'll show you how to create the loops twice, and then I'll show you how I stacked them. So you just quite easily, just literally fold it over like that, and these 2 flat ends go together. So I'm just going to use my sticky dots, if I can get them to, there we go, and just stick them together. You can worry about shaping them afterwards, you don't need to worry about it just now, and I'll show you how I fluff them up, as it were, to put the dimension back in when after you've fiddled about. We've got a random, after you've fiddled about with them. I'm going to do just the same with my paper stock, with my DSP, and turn those into loops. So you're just lining it up. All the work and all the thought has been done for you. This is a brilliant punch. As I say, super convenient, super quick. You can put them on your cards, you can put them on tags, you can put them on your boxes, on your parcels, you can put them on anything you want. Now, what you'd do is you would line those two up and you would just start and build up your bow. And you add one to the other, simple, on top of each other like so. And that is literally all you do. And then you would attach these little tails to the back like so. Okay, which I'm not going to do yet because I want to do mine a double layer one. And then you get your small piece of cardstock and you wrap it around the centre. And that's your bow built. Okay, but I'm just going to go that little bit extra with mine, and I'm going to do mine a 2-layer one. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because I've got this extra piece of cardstock here that I don't need, I'm just going to, instead of putting my tails close together, I'm just going to space them out slightly because I'm going to do a double layer bow. And I'm just going to adhere those tails together using my, what would normally be a spare little piece that you don't always need. So I'm just going to join these together. Oops. It's not as fiddly as it looks. I'm probably making it look more fiddly because I'm conscious of the camera. You do get a little bit self-conscious. So there we go. I've attached that and I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to then, I've got my cardstock bows here. And I'm going to put a glue dot on the end. Oh dear, where's my glue dots? Sometimes they can be difficult to see these. There we go. And ordinarily you'd go straight to the middle and join them up like I have there, but I'm just going to leave a little bit of an extra space because I want a double bow. So I want one layer to protrude a little bit further than the top layer, as you would with a double bow. Okay, so that's that. Just make sure it's nicely lined up. And then I'm going to add my paper line bow that I've created. Just add a glue dot and stick it to the middle, like so. Absolutely easy. Easy, easy, easy. You get yourself a production line of these going and you'll have a whole batch of them in absolutely no time. And then the spare little, the little wraparound piece that they give you, just put glue dots on either side. Place it in the middle and then wrap it around the back. You've got room for manipulation if you need to. I've not put that on terribly straight. Let's just straighten that up a bit. There we go. And there is your basic bow. Now what I'm going to do is, just to poof it out a little bit, because it's gone a little bit flat, although you may want it flat. I've got a glue dot under my nail. I'm just going to go in with my paper piercer and go up to the fattest part, and it just poofs that bow back out again if you want it, but you can have them flat, it's totally up to you. But that just adds the dimension back in if you have squashed it while you're putting it together. Okay, so then that gives it a nice set of nice dimension to it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add one of the Jewel Basic rhinestones to the centre. I'm going to use my paper piercer to help me position it, like so. And then you would just literally attach the back of that to your project using a dimension or another glue dot. Let me, for example, I'll mount it onto a paper clip for you. Have I got some dimensions handy? Here we are. Oh, I'm actually prepared. So I'm just going to get one. I'm not going to need all of that, so I'm going to just slice it in half and just put it to the back of there. Peel my tab off, and I can quite easily mount that onto that paper clip using the dimension. And there you go. You can go a step further and use the Wink of Stella, which I can't seem to help use, and just paint that centre part there. You can even go a bit further and paint your tails if you wanted to. It just depends on personal taste. And there you go. There's your lovely little bow. Just move those out of the way. And to do a singular one, you would just do the same process but without the 2 layers and put them closer together. And you can have a vast collection of pretty bows in absolutely no time. Let me just zoom back in for you to have another little quick look. Super, super easy. Beautiful project. And because all of the paper lines and the cardstocks coordinate, you can't go wrong. So give it a try. That's the Bow Builder Punch. Awesome. Awesome fun. I'm off to go make some more now. So thanks for watching. Give it a try. Bye for now.